Throwing. I would recommend throw without a ball when you start. When you throw with the ball, the kids get too concerned about where the ball's going. Balls are going everywhere. They get discouraged. They can't get it. It's better to do a dry drill without the ball first. Okay? So I put the ball down. Simple ready, break, throw drill. Okay? Ready's here. Break. Now notice that when I break with my thumbs down. Thumbs down, not up like this.
Now we've seen a lot of your players still in high school, and a couple other parks, they come with their palms up. Now, what happens there? Well, look at the strain of your elbow, okay? And then when you try to correct it, you strain the rotator cuff. So it's always thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down, okay? And as a pitcher, when you get into pitching and thumbs down, you're all cocked and ready to go, and then you just flip because the backside always replaces the front side, and you have deception, and you have the right way of front arm mechanics, which is like really important, because if your front side flies, then your backside follows. So it's really important that you stay in line, and it starts with the grip, and it starts with thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. We really want to, today, we're going to work on, you ever heard the term BP? What's BP? Anybody? What's BP mean? Batting practice, okay? Today, it's balance and pivot day. Balance and pivot. Both hitting and pitching, because teaching, hitting, and pitching is the same thing. Okay? The same thing. Ted Williams. I'm sure everybody's heard of Ted Williams. Okay? That's the way Ted Williams, who's to argue with Ted Williams? So, go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach.
Good. Everything we work on is, for defense, is based on ready, break, throw. So these guys are going to come up and demonstrate, and how you're going to want to do it, it's easier for the eye line to see without a ball, is just put them all on the same line. So guys, why don't you come across this white line? Okay, and face this way. Okay? Justin, you're a lefty though, so, but you're going to see his backside. Okay? You're going to throw the ball towards the wall, so you want to make sure that when they throw the ball towards the wall, they're not going to actually throw it. Okay? That their shoulders, their hips, their feet, everything's pointed towards their target. I don't want you to actually throw it. Okay? We're going to want to make sure that they first get in athletic position. Right now, they're standing a little straight. So guys, can you demonstrate athletic position for the coaches? Here. Here. Okay? And this is really critical. Everything you do in sports, you got to be in athletic position, whether you're shooting a foul shot, hitting a golf ball, throwing a football. But for whatever reason, kids don't want to get athletic when they throw a ball. So here's a quick test that you can do to make sure they're athletic, and we'll go back to this when we do hitting.
Middle.
Just tap them. You don't have to hit them hard. If I tap them lightly and they're not going anywhere, they're balanced. Now, Sam, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. Get in a bad position. Okay, so I'm not going to hit Sam very hard here. It didn't take much to pull him offline. Okay? So he's got to get more balanced. Same amount of force. He's not going anywhere now. So that's the first thing you want to make sure that you check for young kids, because they're going to want to stand up like this or like this. Feet wide, shoulder width apart, hands here, hip sockets back, good, strong position with my lower body. Make sure they're there. Don't let them get here.
Same thing with hitting. Same thing with hitting when you go like this. Same thing with hitting.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about hitting later.
I know, but we'll go like this. Okay?
And you'll see that. You'll see that later.
Same thing. Same thing. Right.
Now, they're in ready position. Break. Notice how they get thumbs down. Go ahead. That's good. Notice the balance position. Go ahead. Keep it. Hold it. Hold it, guys. Balance position. The distance with his hand from his head is the same from his glove to his head. Same distance. Okay? This is not balanced. That is balanced. You could probably get out a little bit more here. Good. Now, you can still try to knock them off. Check their balance again. It's pretty good. So we're ready. Break. Then on throw, they're going to take a step and pivot out. Go ahead. Good. Now on throw, what they're really concentrating on doing, taking a step with their front foot, their gloves out here. They're going to take their chest and their head, and they're going to take it to their glove and pivot their back foot out. Now, a lot of kids are going to want to do this. They're going to step with their back leg at the same time they throw. Okay? Kids get confused. The way to do that, hold their back foot like this. Ready, break, throw. Then after they throw, then let go of his foot. Okay, do it again. Ready, break, throw. That'll stop them from doing this. Okay? Make sure that what we're looking for is dynamic balance. Dynamic balance is balance while they're moving. Balance is just standing here. We checked balance already. They want to make sure they're balanced through the whole movement. Notice how they finish. Balanced, square, head up. You don't want them dropping their head like this. You want them to bend their backs, but you can bend your back and still keep your head up. Do it again, guys. Ready? Watch how they finish. Break. Step and throw. Good. Hold it, hold it. Notice the balance positions. Their heads are up. Looks pretty good right there. Okay. Notice that their glove is not behind them. Sometimes if, a good way you can kind of play around with kids sometimes in order to teach it, let's say get your glove behind you. Just throw a wiffle ball at them. And that'll tell them that you can't field with your glove back here. And don't throw a hard ball at them unless you don't like them. So after they throw, go ahead. Ready? Break. Throw. You can just throw one right back at them. Okay? Any questions on doing that dry? The question was, how do you handle kids? And a lot of kids are like, they just want to short arm the ball and shot put it. And how do you get them to reach out in front of their body? Go ahead.
I have the answer. The answer to that is, once you set your arm slot, you have to keep the same arm slot all the way through. So if you obviously drop, then you're obviously changing your arm slot. So that's the way you keep it here, and you keep your arm slot all the way through. Once you set it, you got to set it early. Okay, so that's a really good question because, of course, like this is the old term thrown like a girl because you drop your elbow below your shoulder, way below your shoulder. So once you set your arm slot, whether it's here or here or here, you got to keep it all the way through. And there's a drill, okay, to further your, come over here, Andy, okay. A pitching coach named Wes Stock from Oakland, he had this, how do you find the proper arm slot? Okay, he has his arm up here, you put your arm up here, and he drops it like this, and he puts pressure against my, and then once I feel where the most pressure is, that's the arm slot where he should throw all the time. He throws best from right here. That's where I feel the most. Okay? Once he's there, so he's got to stay there all the way through. All the way through. Okay? So that to stop dropping, teach the arm slot drill. Okay? And again, this guy Wes Stock was a longtime big league pitching coach. He also pitched in the big leagues, and it was on a video one time, and it always works.
You could also get kids to just give you a slap your hand when they're done. Go ahead. That'll help them reach out. Okay, instead of, they can't really slap your hand if they're shot putting it this way. So you just go down the line and make sure they're there. That'll get them there. Okay, I think you just touched my pinky, which is fine. Okay. The question was pushing the elbow out. I don't think that's a drill that we
do this drill like this.
We do this drill where we keep the elbow there, and it's a wrist drill. We'll show that in a little bit.
That helps the wrist, but it also keeps you in the same arm slot.
Okay. When you feel comfortable that they can do this dry, then you put a ball in their hand. Okay? So would you guys partner up, partner up, partner up? Come on. Over there. You two, over there. You got a ball? Who's got a ball? Good. Make sure you start the ball on the same side. It just helps your vision. You're able to see it. Okay? So you guys are going to get in ready position. Now, just a side note, we'll get into this later. These guys are well trained. They're in receiving position. I didn't have to tell them to do that. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but just notice how they're not waiting for the ball like this, are they? They're well coached. Ready. Break. Throw. Notice how they hold their finish for a couple seconds, and then we'll switch back to this group. Ready? You always want to throw the same direction. Break. Good adjustment. Throw. Notice the balance through the whole way. They're not doing this. Their head's not going sideways. They're reaching out. A couple more. Ready?
And a couple of, you're going to see a coaching point where guys follow through over this leg. Okay, which is wrong. Because then you'll just drop and lose your arm slot. Again, we've been talking a lot about arm slots. So sometimes we have kids grab the hamstring. And look at my shoulders are totally used up. My hips are totally used up, which is the way you want it to be. So you'll see kids, when they follow through this way, they're going to drop their arm slot. Here, you get your full extension, and then make them not be lazy. Kids could be lazy. High school kids are lazy. College kids are lazy. That means your age kids will be really lazy.
Ready? Break. Throw. Okay, we'll show it one more time. Ready? Break. Throw. Now take mental notes of this because we're going to go back to the same position almost when we talk about pitching, when we talk about hitting, we talk about fielding. This is why this is the key drill. It's the drill that sets the table for everything else. Now, when you feel pretty good about that, then just go ready, throw. It's ready. On throw, they're just going to step and throw. Throw. Now they're breaking it down a little bit quicker. Ready? Throw.
And again, you're going to have like 5 or 6 kids or six or 7 kids all lined up doing it at the same time. So not only you get throwing in, you get catching in. So it's a dual drill, okay? And great to start out.
Ready? Throw. And that's it. And
come on, Sam.
Notice how Dave got on Sam a little bit. What did he do? What did he do? Did anyone see how he caught that ball? Like that, exactly. Not playing active catch. We'll talk about that in about a couple minutes. We go into receiving the ball. We've been doing this we just see it. We hold our kids accountable. Hold your kids accountable. Make sure they don't catch like this. We'll talk about that in a minute. Don't let anything slide. Okay? Ready? Throw. All right. Now, that's your basic throwing drill. If you don't want to do it with hard balls because you're concerned about safety, just use these Incredi balls. Okay? We'll bring some to spring training. And it's probably what they want us to use in the gym anyways. Same feel. They bounce a little bit. They hit you in the head. They won't hurt. You guys, when we throw one of these around, so you can feel it. Oh. All right. Now, the drill that we were talking about, a wrist snap drill, is a good warm-up drill you guys can do. Don't necessarily think that we need to do it during spring training, but definitely in your practices. Guys, why don't you take one knee and move a little closer, just to answer this gentleman's question. Right there is good. They're going to keep their elbow up, and they're just going to snap their wrist. Go ahead. They're noticing their grips. They're just getting that extra little wrist snap, getting on top of the ball. Go ahead, guys. You don't have to wait for me. But the way you want your kids to warm up, whether it's in spring training or whether it's in a practice, always try to start the ball on the same side. Always try to keep the same rhythm if you can. And what they're trying to do here is just stay on top of the ball. Little wrist snap. They're not using much elbow, just staying on top. And that'll help what Dave was talking about keeping your same arm angle. Okay? Any questions about that? All right, guys, that's good.